You win this battle, man, I'll soon be dead. I'll glue your face to my dick so I can fuck with your head. I got metaphors coming through my pores. You probably never been in a battle before, so I hope you realize your mistake. There ain't no party, got some candles, this will be a piece of cake.
We could,
in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I also hate the way you start the show. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you starting. I realize I hate the way you bookend the show with your little catchphrases. Like, you're ironic, like, hi guys. Like, I don't know. Like, it's so annoying to me. So I don't know how we should start. I'm trusting that it's starting now, and this is how we start every week. Don't be non-responsive. Don't be petty about this. I'm giving you honest feedback.
You know, can I not do either episode? Is that okay?
Do I introduce our guest?
Go ahead.
This is, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Hiken?
Hiking, like
Hiken,
you're
that's
going
what I thought.
hiking.
Going
A
hiking.
lot of people think it's Kiken. And
They
that's
do. I got a bit.
It's unfortunate.
I got a
but-
bit about that. Yeah.
Hiking.
Really?
Well, surely I must.
Hey, with the mic, go hiking around. I was just thinking.
Kiking around is good. You know what? If I left
The two
and
of
it
us
was
could
you
do
two
it.
doing
Yeah.
the podcast,
No.
Yeah.
it could be that.
Yeah, or you can stay and
Or let's give it a try. Let's see. Wait, what if I just completely take over the podcast from you? It's no longer yours.
That
Will
would
I
be
still
fun.
upload on your YouTube channel?
You upload to my YouTube channel, you change the graphic, right? And I still have to book the episode.
Yeah.
Like you're
I need you to
fired.
schedule things. I'm not. Yeah. I need a guy who
I
handles
do the
tech
clips.
stuff. Yeah.
Actually, in a younger life, if I may say, as a younger man, it's probably a better way to say it. I probably could,
No, I think in a younger life is the better way to say it. That's a common saying. We all say, in a younger life.
in a younger life.
When I was in a younger life,
You know, I've been reading.
that's good for you.
I've been reading about
what restaurant menu was it?
Because it's not a book.
No, it's about Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, and they talk in
Is it like slash fiction about them fucking each other?
yeah,
That's TGI Fridays, right?
Boris Kiken, you guys.
The Jefferson cocktail.
Ooh.
Hiking. We just said it's hiking.
I stand by what I said.
You're lucky you
That was a
could pass.
conscious choice. He was like, nah, I gotta nail that K in the first place.
Yeah. But Boris, I've had you on
What
the
were,
podcast
what were you reading? You said you were reading something and then you...
about John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, and they talk in this flowery way.
Yeah.
It's very fun to me. Like they say purse instead of wallet.
Okay.
And just the idea of these like tough guys walking around with their purses.
Was that just what they called it back then, maybe?
Mhm. Yeah.
Because it was more coins back then. So you needed
Coins.
a coin purse.
Yeah. Do you know Thomas Jefferson was governor of Virginia for like 2 years?
I don't know if that's something I knew or not. But
And it was during the American Revolution, and he didn't want to be governor. He wanted to sit the whole thing out. The thing about Thomas Jefferson is he fancied himself a public intellectual, right? And he's like, I just want to like write about stuff. And then people are like, can you do stuff? Right? And he's like, I want to sit in Monticello and just do,
Your mom likes Tylenol, right?
Yeah.
she loved it.
Speaking of
in her
babies,
younger
dude.
life, whew,
Speaking of babies, Eli's about to have one.
that doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I don't care. I don't want to talk
Congrats.
about it. Thank you.
What should we talk about?
How can you
Be
not?
honest.
It's going to be a treasure trove of, inspiration.
I prefer to keep it secret. Not
Okay.
secret. Everyone knows. Okay.
Well, some public figures are like that. For example, like Bill Burr, when they asked him how many siblings he had,
Yeah,
he was like, I don't want to answer.
yeah.
And
Well,
also
that was
Death
the
to
whole
America.
tough thing between
With
him
him
and
and Billy Corgan, yeah.
Billy Corgan.
So
It's
what-
his supposedly an illegitimate brother.
You didn't know?
And
You didn't see that
there was a whole
controversy?
thing, Howie
How did you bring
Mandel,
up that
like-
as a topic? And that's not
I
a
know.
thing
I
you
thought
did.
that's what you were referring to.
Clue me in, dude. I'm totally
There's
ignorant
like
of
a
this.
clip where Howie Mandel ambushed him and had Billy Corgan on, and it was like very tense. And
Billy Corgan has a story about how his mom thinks what is it? Like his mom hooked up with someone from Boston. Basically, it amounted to he thinks that Bill Burr could actually be his dad or his brother, and that they have the same dad. But then it's Bill Burr got really upset when
and
they
it
pointed
made
out.
it seem much more
it
likely
made it
to
seem
be
like-
true
yeah.
based on how uncomfortable Bill Burr's reaction was.
Huh.
Yeah.
And now he's getting flack for the Riyadh Comedy Festival. So
Yeah.
tough time for Billy.
How did you answer the email when they asked you? Because I said, no way, Jose. And they were like, that's not actually an Arab name.
I said, we went back and forth on my rider because apparently they don't have peanut M&Ms there, so it's a whole thing.
Is it not
They have to
halal?
bring them in from Qatar.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, I was not asked to perform. I do think when I first saw that, when I first saw the post of the picture of it, I was like, oh, it's like a fake thing. Like, there's no way there's a Riyadh
It's
Comedy
a
Festival.
bit.
And when I found out it was real, I didn't instantly think like, oh, I had no qualms about it. I think people had to bring up the issue of like that the government's paying for it, that's the Saudi government, blah blah. And then I was like, okay, I guess it's probably not a good idea.
I mean, I don't want to sound like holier than thou, but like I would refuse to perform in a place where they now let women drive. I think that's very dangerous.
Well, they only did it because they're going to have AI shortly. They're like, let them have a year before the driverless cars take over.
That's smart.
yeah.
Right?
They waited.
Yeah, that's how you keep them complacent. They're like, we had the rights, but now we don't even need it.
You know, I was thinking the only reason they changed that rule in Saudi Arabia about women not being able to drive is because, you know, when you're a woman and you got to be covered and you could only leave the house if you have like a male escort, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your husband. It could be like your brother or even like your son.
Right.
So I think they were literally like, hey, we could get our women to drive our sons around, like our male children. That's like one less thing we have to do. And the son will be the escort. So it's not
guess.
even like an empowering thing.
I mean, those guys probably have drivers, and right there, it's like there's like 1,000 princes or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's a huge disconnect between like the house, the Saudi family, and then just the regular population.
He did sound like a retard, Bill, when he was like, they have McDonald's there and people smile.
Yeah, it was very funny because he's trying to sound like a progressive thing, but also like, what did you expect? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, he's done enough international gigging that it's weird to have that revelation when you're like 57 years old. Be like, they have things there that we have.
Well, also people are like, well, if you're an a religious extremist, you must be poor. And that is not always true.
Well, certainly not in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Who was it that had that theory that like two countries with McDonald's won't go to war?
Oh,
was that
yeah.
Rumsfeld or?
What was that? I was like, yeah, maybe. I thought it was like Pat Buchanan or something, but I have no idea.
It's
Maybe.
definitely not Chomsky. Chomsky would hate that.
He
Yeah.
wouldn't like the McDonald's.
He would
in the
hate that
first
almost
place.
as much as the accusation that the Khmer Rouge committed genocide.
Yeah.
No, they couldn't. They're too nice.
Yeah. That is funny that almost everybody is like, my side would never do something bad.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm like, yeah, my side could do something bad.
That wasn't the real Khmer Rouge.
Yeah.
What's your side?
My side, I don't know. Centrist Democrats.
So
And I guess the worst thing we do is are so unlikable that we're never elected to any office under any circumstances.
I don't know. I get into office pretty often. There's certainly not enough centrist Democrat terrorists out there.
That's true. Yeah.
It could be more. You could do better.
Well, hey, I didn't want to get into politics this early, but the last time the three of us were in the same room, we were all recruiting for Hamas together. You guys remember that?
also, we were not in a room.
That's true. We were outside.
We were in a spy van.
I was in a van. Yeah.
You were in a van. You were in a nice, what I would call warm van.
Oh, it was pretty cold
it was
outside then.
so goddamn cold.
Yeah, I think you had to use a keffiyeh for warmth.
Yeah.
They're multifunctional.
Well, because Boris, he reached out to me and he was like, hey, you're one of 3 comedians in Brooklyn that's not like, hooray, the caliphate is coming. You know what I mean? And that is true about me. No offense, Bill Burr. But, you know, you were like, all you have to do is get college students to agree to sign a letter saying we love you, Hamas, and we support you. And I'm like, that's very funny. And you were like, will anybody do that with you? And I thought of a fellow friend of the caliphate, Ilya Laxon.
Yeah.
And he and I went undercover first to the streets where Columbia students go by, and then later to Washington Square Park.
Washington
I
Square
was
Park
not with
was
you
the
in that
hotbed.
part, but yeah.
Was that?
I think we had more bites in Washington Square Park.
Yeah, I think Columbia, like, well, there is that thing too where they found out that a lot of the protesters were like not Colombian students.
Yeah.
And some of the, and this is when it sounds like you're being a conspiracy theorist, but literally it's like a lot of them were from Qatar.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Qatar just is like finances.
Shipping over.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But, you know, it was, I remember Ilya and I, we stood next to each other and we're wearing Queers for Palestine shirts,
Yeah.
right? Keffiyehs. And we had the 2 flags, right? The Palestine flag and the multicolored LGBTQAI plus flag,
Yeah.
right? And most people, here's what I learned, momentarily acting like a crazy person, is that most people walk by and some people get mad at you and some people agree with you. And that was pretty much our whole day. Like, we weren't overwhelmed by the amount of, I thought it was going to be like blue-haired lesbians all day being like, we love you. It was like a few dozen people, but the people we did talk to that were on our side, that was crazy.
Some characters in there for sure.
We had that Asian guy that he was definitely lying, but his lie is a federal offense, which is
that he sent SIM cards.
Yeah, he sent SIM cards to Hamas.
Wait, was this at Washington Square Park?
That was the Washington Square Park one.
Yeah.
But dude, when you and me were in, near Columbia, trying to get people to sign a card for, the brave freedom fighters of Hamas.
Like well wishes, sending your well wishes to Hamas.
You verbalized what I felt immediately, which is like, you were like, I don't like this at all. You know what I mean? I don't know how Ryan Long does it.
I don't know. I thought like Sacha Baron Cohen's a genius. I don't know how you do, or like the Impractical Jokers. I don't know how you do things like that. I'm like so like, oh God, I'm just going out of my way to annoy people or to provoke people is like so against my nature.
I think especially when it's a bigger production, you just kind of get like trapped in it where it's like to break, there's too much at stake.
Yeah, I can see maybe, but even at the lowest level of it, I'm like, oh, I hate this so much.
Well, there was an older Jewish guy that had so much empathy for us.
Yeah.
And our characters are like these leftists, like Queers for Palestine people, and we're supposed to give stupid answers. And he just had so much empathy for how confused we were. Like I don't know if you remember this, he put his hand on your shoulder.
Oh, I don't
and he
remember
was like, I get you are against war, but you're confused about the conflict. And then after a while, I can't in good conscience keep trolling this guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, we're being assholes for the internet. That's literally what I said. I was like, we're being assholes for the internet. He goes, oh, okay, have fun. He walks away. There was one woman in a hijab that was like, I love Hamas.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, if I didn't have this firsthand experience, I would assume that a person telling me the story was like a crazy, like anti-Muslim guy.
It would be funny if you used the opportunity to just pretend you also loved them just so you could go out with her. Be like,
well, in general, I mean, I couldn't really, she was wearing like the whole thing. I could only see her face, and I mean, her face was fine. But like,
you can fuck her face. I'd face fuck her, sure.
But the vibe.
I mean, she wouldn't shake my hand due to me being a man, so I don't know how many steps I have to take to face fuck her.
You'd have to convert.
I would have to convert.
You would have to convert in order to face fuck.
In general, it felt weird that the people I agreed with were like, I remember there was one girl that walked by us and went, "Your sign doesn't make sense, guys." And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then the people that were like, we love you. I'm like, it was this weird congruence where I don't know how method actors do it.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, brother, to someone I think is fucking at the best case scenario, stupid. Right. Yeah. And then the people that like I agree with are like giving me the finger. There's one guy at Washington Square Park that almost punched me in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
I will say, generally, I hate that style of video, even though having been the one that worked on it. But like the thing where like you find the dumbest people that represent a particular thing, and then just like, like your kind of Jordan Kleppers on the one side, and then I mean Ryan Long, I feel like he plays the idiot, which is what makes it work. Where he's not actually there's some of that where he's making an idiot out of other people or revealing them, but like it seems less shitty when you're playing the idiot rather than just because there's like morons in everything, and I feel bad sometimes for them.
Yeah,
I get that, and that's why like a show like Impractical Jokers I think works is because it's always on them. They're not like making other people like, trying to embarrass other people, so it does take off that relief. But I think even still, I haven't watched Borat in forever, but I mean it's such a goddamn funny movie, and I don't think I ever really have that much guilt about like the people.
I forget the details about this. There's a story about him where he actually got the shit beaten out of him nearly in Israel, funny enough, by like a bunch of young like Hasidic boys. I forget what he did. He like was trying to actually provoke somebody in like a Muslim country where he was like literally like playing gay porn for these like ex-terrorists basically.
Right.
And it was the story was being told by somebody who like consulted with him, who's like a former intelligence official.
Is this for Bruno?
I think so.
Because
he did-
it's about the it's the
Yeah.
fight at the end of Bruno. Yeah.
And something where like basically like they didn't provoke these guys, and then he ended up, I forget what he did, like he was either like wearing skimpy clothes at the Wailing Wall or like something
interesting.
where it ended up being that he nearly got the shit kicked out of him by like a bunch of like Israeli Hasidic teens.
Damn.
You got to give kudos to him for first of all his body confidence,
Yeah.
and then
Well, now he's like jacked, right? He's
he?
divorced and jacked.
oh nice. Good
If
for him.
one usually precipitates the
It does
other.
happen.
Yeah.
It does. Well, I think he was supposed to like play a Marvel character or something, maybe
Oh,
something like
interesting.
that.
Oh,
I heard this great story about him as Borat. First of all, I don't know if this is true, but I read that for the entire filming of Borat, he didn't wash the suit just so that he would smell like
I
shit.
have heard that as well.
It's
yeah.
so cool. But he goes to, there's a scene in Borat where he goes wine tasting. And the bit is that he just drinks a bunch of wine and gets
Yeah.
wasted. So Sacha Baron Cohen he's not a big drinker.
Yeah.
Right. And there's no way to fake that. Like the
Yeah.
bit is like you're drinking too much wine in front of these people.
Yeah.
So he gets more and more drunk. Eventually the producers and the camera crew lose sight of him. And someone's like, he's passed out in the bathroom. And people are worried. They're like, well,
was this on film? Because I feel like this ended up in whatever it was.
I don't know if this part's on film, but basically they go into the bathroom and people that aren't party to the bit are also concerned about Borat, right? And they walk in and he wakes up, looks around,
And he's in character.
and he's just straight back
I
into
remember- I
Borat.
heard that too.
It's amazing.
yeah.
There was another one where apparently he was in Central Park and he was like pretending to masturbate, and someone like called the police. They were like, someone's masturbating in Central Park. And weirdly enough, the police showed up and they separated like the cameraman, the producer, Sacha Baron Cohen, to get their separate stories, right? And of course, the producer's like, listen, he's doing a character. He wasn't actually masturbating, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, no harm, no foul. And they walk over to Borat, who's talking to this cop, and he's just like, what's it mean, masturbates? I'm like, the fucking balls, dude.
it's very funny. It's an outbreak character.
Do you still work for that company, Boris?
No, that was like a freelance thing that I did through Lou Perez.
Yeah, and I mean, I was so happy to do it. The part I didn't know that was going to happen is at the end they were like, it's important to know like who is fucked up and who isn't on this issue. So if you join, what exactly was it? Because I remember I didn't know that I was that was going to be part of the
Yes,
video.
I also did not know. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember there was like a written note at the end of the video that I also did not know was going to be in there. And then they ended up doing a few more of those actually with
Did they do with Aaron Berg or something?
yes, they
Yeah.
did one with Aaron Berg as well.
Nice.
So it's you guys and Aaron Berg.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the reason I brought it up, or I get like, and I don't remember the exact language, but I remember being like, ooh, I don't know if I had a say in this. I don't know if
Right.
I would have participated, because it was like, you never know who has extremist beliefs or who's anti-Semitic. And I was like, I feel like that's cancel culture adjacent a little bit.
It is, yeah. And I think that company, I don't remember the name, they did another similar thing where they like drove around with a car with photos of people.
Yeah.
Like blasting them basically.
Well,
And
to
yeah, I
me-
don't love that either.
To me, it's like the hidden camera thing. It's like, well, you're in public, you know, but it's more to be like, hey, we could find out where these people work.
It's a little
or-
more menacing.
Yeah, I'm 100% like, you know, I know you don't want to like employ someone that's a douchebag, but like finding someone in their worst moment
Yeah.
and being like, let's make sure they're not that they'll get fired from one job, but they're unemployable. You
Yeah,
know what
I
mean?
also don't think there's anything wrong with employing douchebags. Like douchebags need jobs.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
like some of the best, pizza is made by douchebags. Some of the best.
You said that like it was a real folk wisdom.
I pulled pizza out of my ass, but like, everybody knows,
Yeah.
racists make the best pizza.
Right.
And
you don't want a woke plumber.
yeah, no, definitely.
You want a
not.
MAGA
Well,
plumber.
you just won't find
Especially
because
because there are male and female parts in plumbing.
That's true. Yeah.
It's funny. He's so woke. He refuses to acknowledge the different
yeah.
parts.
Yeah, it's a trans male plumber that only installs urinals, even if you ask for a toilet.
You know, I asked ChatGPT what is a woman today, because I was just feeling like an idiot, and it gave up like a pretty good answer.
What was the answer?
It was like generally agreed. It's a human, female, adult human female, and here are some caveats.
Does it further explain what female is defined as? Is there a definition for female?
Yeah, it has a couple bullet points, and the first one is that short one where it's an adult human female.
Yeah.
And the second one was like usually XX chromosomes, but not always, because there's like some.
Yeah.
I think one of them's like Turner syndrome.
Intersexed and certain. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the third bullet point was like sometimes people have gender dysphoria. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, if we showed this to that one guy, he wouldn't have had to do the whole that whole documentary.
Yeah.
Because he was basically doing what we were just describing,
Yeah.
where he was going to like just young kids basically and being like, "What's a woman?" And they're like, "Oh fuck."
No, it wasn't just young kids. I haven't seen it, but
Uh-huh.
like it was supposedly the like top intellectuals on
Yeah.
the side of like.
It would be a fun bit was like to parody all the Charlie Kirk stuff is like if you do that character but only to like toddlers and just you're all constantly debating toddlers and destroying them, and then you have that thing where it's just wrecked when it comes on the
I'll
screen.
tell you from having a kid, toddlers are pretty gender normative
Yeah.
for the most part. They will comment on stuff like somebody got my daughter a book that has two dads in it, and for the longest time, no matter what I told her, she was just like, "That one's the mommy." I'm like, they both have a mustache.
Yeah.
That one's the mommy.
She's like, I
that
know a
one's the
bottom when I
daddy.
see it.
She's an unbelievable gaydar. That's nothing. That guy's top all the way through.
Yeah, not if she surpassed gaydar for like top and bottom dar.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting talking about like those gotcha videos and people that do them. And obviously people are going to say the best things about someone that passed away, especially someone that passed away tragically, like during an assassination. But it is funny to me that some people are like, Charlie Kirk just wanted an open dialogue. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
he wanted to own college
There was
students.
more than that. Yeah, of course.
Which is like, obviously shouldn't be killed for it, but like to be like, he was a man who wanted everybody to talk things out.
Well, it was like an immediate, both sides kind of clinched to their version of it
Yeah.
and then reacted to the other side's version by doubling down on their version.
It's all like depressingly predictable, right? Like I knew, like when I got the news that he was murdered, I'm like, I know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it would benefit from like, I don't know, like 95% of people just saying nothing.
Right. Yeah.
It really, I mean, I guess that's most things.
I
It really
remember people
benefit.
like before we knew anything about the alleged shooter, there were like leftists were like, he's definitely right wing. And right wing people are like, he's definitely a
Oh, yeah.
leftist. I'm
That's
like, he might be on your side. He might be neither of those things.
And most
He might
of the
be crazy.
time, he might, yeah. I mean, that's mostly what it is with most of these things is like they might say one or two things that give a clue like they're on a particular side, but like it's understated like how demented it is to kill somebody.
Right. Yeah. Like the guy that shot Trump in the ear was apparently while Biden was. Oh wait, no. Biden was president when Trump was shot in the ear. But this guy was like looking for where Biden was too. So he just wanted to
He
shoot
had a whole
president.
list.
Yeah. Yeah. I was on the list too.
Wait, because there were two, the younger guy.
Yeah, the
talking
guy
about,
that was
right?
killed.
Because there was
Yeah.
another, you remember that guy that like was in the bushes or something?
You know what's funny about that guy?
He like went to Ukraine at one point.
Because the young kid is the one that shot Trump in the ear and then he was killed, right? And then like a few weeks later, that older guy, the guy that went to Ukraine, he tries to shoot Trump. Now his life is ruined, of course. No one knows.
His life was already kind of
Yeah. That's the thing is all these guys are either like, they're kind of losers, all of them. You know, the example or the exception rather, I'm thinking of is John Wilkes Booth because he was getting pussy. He's the only
and he was like
non-incel,
moderately successful, right?
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
a somewhat successful actor.
but he was living under the
Or maybe
shadow
more
of
than
his-
somewhat.
He was famous.
Yeah.
He was like Luke Wilson. He wasn't Owen Wilson.
Yeah,
His brother
yeah.
Julius was
Like Luke
Owen
Wilson 10 years ago, maybe. even,
Yeah,
like 20
exactly.
years ago.
Say what you want about Luke Wilson. He was an idiot.
Casey Affleck.
Yes,
He was
that's
a Casey
perfect.
Affleck.
Casey Affleck. Well, Boris, listen, you've been on the podcast before.
Uh-huh.
So I decided, like, I asked you, are you a morning person?
I
What's
like that your
morning
notebook
routine?
matches your shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's on purpose.
Yeah.
So here's the first one.
Okay.
Okay. Questions for Boris and Elia, I guess. Okay.
Can you say his name again?
Elia.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I say Ilya, but it's just
You know what's funny?
he elongates it.
He
It's
just
easier.
doesn't pronounce any name correctly.
I just can't. Yeah, yeah.
You know what's funny? I didn't hear a difference. I believe you that there is one.
You don't hear a difference between a soft E and a hard I
listen. Me and my foreskin do not understand the difference between Elia and
Ilia.
Ilia. Okay.
Like Iliad.
Oh, Ilia.
Yep.
Like license to Ilia. That's how I'll remember.
You know, the funny part is that the Russian way to pronounce your name is closer to how you say it.
See, I was trying to be sensitive to your Russian heritage.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, 2 Russians on one couch. How? Just joking around, Boris. Just joking.
Take it back.
Boris is Ukrainian.
Well, you know, it's funny because it's not, now I say that, and then up until this like war thing, I didn't really give a shit because it was all Soviet Union when I lived there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And you haven't gotten booked more out of being Ukrainian, have
I've
you?
had a podcast or two, maybe.
A podcast
you know?
or two, yeah.
They tried to enlist me, but
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Why aren't you over there fighting right now?
because I'm a United States citizen.
Isn't
baby.
that awesome, dude?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's literally why my parents brought me here, so that I would not ever be over there fighting.
Dude, it does suck that we can't go to the doctor, but other than that, like being American's pretty cool.
I go to the doctor.
Yeah, I can. But
Free clinic? You don't go to free clinic?
I mean, yeah, but I the last time I had to go to the doctor, I did go.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably didn't have like routine checkups until I had a child, but like, you know, I'd go every couple years while I had insurance.
Yeah. I went to like a walk-in. I mean, I do have insurance, but I was like, every time, even when you have insurance, you call a doctor's office and they were like, "Are you already a patient?" And you're like, "No." And they're like, "Fuck you." And you're like, "Well, how does anyone begin a doctor-patient relationship?"
It's really pretty easy. There's a bunch of these blank medical type of places. They got like one doctor you can visit. Or
Have you
like
considered
5
alternative
nurses.
medicine?
Okay. Like getting sucked off by an Asian.
Yeah. No, I just like was slowly dying.
I did have back pain, so I went to urgent care, and there was a very fat nurse practitioner,
Oh.
and she had,
Which is not good. That's like a skinny chef.
I know, yeah, and she had pins in her Uggs.
Oh.
Pins?
So you know Uggs,
Yeah.
you know how people put pins in the Uggs.
Are you thinking
No.
of Crocs?
Oh,
thinking
I
of
am thinking of
Crocs.
Crocs.
Okay. Well, Crocs are very
That's the
common
dumbest
for
co-host
nurses.
in all of podcasting.
Dude,
Pins and Uggs, you ruin your Uggs that way.
I
Goes
was
right through the
spam
leather.
calling people pretty much nonstop until 8 to 4 today.
Okay.
And
Is that what you do for work?
Yeah, this is what I do for work.
What is it? What is it?
I sell a product that I won't disclose to the public.
Got it.
But when you
Okay.
love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, dude.
And his heart's in it.
Yeah,
Cold calls.
fucking. But that's why my brain is sort of melted today, because 8 to 4 I did calls, and not one person like didn't hang up.
You sell weapons for Palantir, don't
I
you?
know, isn't that fun, dude? But yeah. Anyway, so I was like, I'm getting medical advice from this lady with Crocs with pins in them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, ugh.
Crocs are a very practical shoe for nurses. Though.
they are. Yeah, nurses
So it doesn't
nurses
reflect-
know what's up when it comes to comfortable shoes.
It's not like an obese person like in line at Walt Disney
Mm.
and they have Crocs with pins in.
Actually, fat nurses probably really know what's up with comfortable shoes.
So Boris,
Yes.
question number 1.
Yeah.
Anelia, you can answer any of these two. Like they're to both. I'm saying Boris first because he's our guest out of politeness. But Boris, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
What's the bit? Are you just gonna keep, it's just like ask basic like.
He wants you to get
I
into your
it.
personal life.
It's like, oh, didn't they do that on the Norm Macdonald show once? He set up Adam Egget to be like.
Question number 2.
That was sort of a running gag on the.
Yeah, it was,
on the-
it was-
Question number 2.
yeah.
Are you garbage?
Are these all other? Was the first one Norm Macdonald podcast, and the second one is Are You Garbage? Are these all podcast references of other people's?
I'm trying to think what other podcast, what another follow up could be, podcast wise. It's like, do you call her daddy? Whatever that show.
Can
is.
you talk about the guys you fucked?
Are they still a thing? I never really.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
so.
they're still doing stuff.
Okay, good for them.
No.
The third page is
The
just a
answer
drawing
to
of
your
penis.
question is no.
You're not garbage?
I don't think so.
Nice.
No,
I
you're
try not to be.
Mhm.
I've been garbage in brief moments, you know.
Tell me about those brief moments.
It'd be funny. You had to open up the thing and say, "Tell me about this." Like you anticipated his comment.
Well, this is scripted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've scripted this entire
Just
thing.
being a drunken dirtbag, you know.
Dude,
Everybody's
okay.
had those years.
I didn't want to stereotype, but you guys are both of Slavic descent,
Uh huh.
and you guys love to drink.
It is a common foible.
Unlike the Irish who are famously
Never.
sober. Yeah.
No drinking and no terrorism either.
Boris, I hear you are a father. Elia is due any moment. Do you have any words of wisdom to share?
That's what I'm doing.
For starters, push.
Okay. Oh, I've been holding it in like a motherfucker. The doctors told me to stop. I was like,
I'm trying to get it extra big. I want him to come out
I
talking.
just have unbelievable kegels.
Oh man, I've been kegling this whole time.
Okay.
Do you? But really, like all bits aside,
Yeah.
which is my new podcast I'm starting, where it's just me,
Just you.
and I don't joke around at all.
Okay.
I'm super serious the whole time.
Yeah.
I actually did a couple. Well, I wanted to talk about atheism when I was still doing the podcast by myself. So I had these like 15-minute vignettes where I would talk about atheism, and I had so much engagement. Obviously, it's an emotional topic, but I would hashtag Jordan Peterson, and those folks, they love to chit chat in the comments. I actually had a Ukrainian guy who was like, he's one of those former Eastern Europeans that's like. Former Eastern Europeans. He's one of those former Soviet country guys where he was like, the only options in life are Christianity or communism. And I was like, that's not true. And he's like, that's not my understanding. I'm like, I'm not a communist.
What
He's
was
like,
his like best? Can you steel man his?
all right, let me try to steel man this guy that commented on a video once. He was Ukrainian.
Because I think I could do it.
He was very like abrasive to me, and I thought I'm like, this is an emotional topic, but we could discuss it dispassionately. This guy's a man.
And which one
right?
did he identify as, by the way?
He
Christian
was,
or communist?
Okay, so actually, I probably don't even have to steel man it.
Also, are Jews and Muslims communists in his world?
I mean, Jews probably.
Here's what I know he's a Christian. His thing was atheism leads to communism. Right? He was like, he's one of those guys that's basically like the social Darwinists came from Darwinism. Like social Darwinism isn't like a bastardization of Darwinism. It's the logical extension. Like
an evolution of Darwinism.
Yeah, exactly.
If you will.
Yeah.
Well, there's like elements in like a lot of Russian, like Master and Margarita, I think has some like themes of that, of like what happens in a godless society, essentially. I can steel man that. I mean, obviously it's oversimplifying it to say Christian or communist, but the idea is that like, I mean, I got tons of friends in Brooklyn who are like atheists. I'm also atheist, but like for a lot of them, you know, they're all on SSRIs and they're all like clinging to religious views of other things that aren't normally religious, you know? I think most people have a, as they say, God-shaped hole in them that needs to be filled.
Do you feel like you have a God-shaped gape?
Your gape?
Yeah, like
My gape is
it's a gape.
It's not shaped like it's shaped like Muhammad. I have a Muhammad
So it is shaped
gape.
like that.
I can't show you. I would show you my gape, but I don't want to upset any Muslims.
If you drew your gape and then were Charlie Hebdoing for it, I would be so happy.
That would be great.
You got to shove Play-Doh into the gape and then take the Play-Doh out and show the form that it takes.
Or Socrates if Plato's not available. Just joking around.
How do we get the? Can we trick the Jordan Peterson people into just giving us the follows and likes that we need?
I think I got like engagement. You know what was nice because a lot of those. First of all, like I'm making fun of that guy, but he was a bit. What's the word I'm looking for? He was like angry or at least like disagreeable, but he did engage in good faith. Like he didn't.
At one point, I think he went off the rails a little bit. But I think at one point it seemed like he was...
I'm not talking about Jordan Peterson. I'm talking about the guy. I'm talking about the guy commenting on my video.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
But I feel the same. Yeah, I feel the same way. Jordan Peterson got audience captured. That and his brain being melted by benzos.
Yeah.
Those two things together, I think, kind of did him in because he was a legit like public intellectual. I don't think people realize that.
Yeah. No. And I actually read Maps of Meaning, which was like an earlier work of his that was really interesting. That was like an exploration of like philosophy and religion and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people got mad at him because he said a fat woman wasn't beautiful.
Which was also, but that was kind of stupid. Like, what's the point of like engaging in that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's I think there's two types of like public figures. There's one that goes, I should post. How will I post? And then some people are like, and And
Yeah.
he turned into the second type where he's like,
Right.
I have to, I'm not thinking about this for even a moment. I'm just upset.
Yeah.
Which is
I
how
wonder-
most people post.
Yeah.
Or they have like interns sometimes, right? Who are either posting. I don't know that he had interns posting
Uh-huh.
for him, but they might have like, I don't know, like people suggesting posts or something. At a certain point, you're like maintaining those accounts, right? That's like part of your revenue stream.
That would be so cool if I had the level of fame where I had someone post for me and it was so obvious that I wasn't posting.
That wasn't you.
I would love that.
I just realized that your shirt looks so like green skin. Can we green skin like a swastika so it looks like he's wearing a shirt when the actual episode comes out?
Nice.
That'd be fun.
You guys are both Jewish, which I think is great.
Thank you.
Oh, so really, do you have any advice for Ilya about being a dad? Don't leave him outside.
Well, for starters, I don't think there's a healthy middle ground between in comedy or in stuff like sharing the parts that you want to share and not sharing the parts that you don't want to share, which you'll find
Yeah.
for yourself. But
Yeah.
you seem uncomfortable
No,
about it.
I
But
don't-
it's going to be too big a
No.
part of who you are.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not uncomfortable talking about it. I just find talking about myself boring. Like I'd rather just quip jokes about stuff. So that's why to me, it's just like spewing like facts about it. It's like, okay, but I
Yeah.
don't have any funny thoughts about it.
Yes,
Right.
So that's why I don't want to.
But talking
Maybe.
about it is what's lead to those funny thoughts.
Yeah, nobody's
you
funny
know?
for an hour.
But we
If
could
it's
try.
perfectly crafted, written stuff, but like, I think you could take the funniest person in the room. They're gonna have to say mundane things to lead to the funny things.
I know that's why I need you to like say you have to say the things so then I can jump in with my thing.
You're here for the mundane.
That's the
part,
whole
Bobby.
point. That's what our system is. You talk, you mess up a word or forget who a person was or get
Yeah.
a name wrong, and I say something funny.
Ilya.
Yep.
Ilya.
I saw a magic show over the weekend. They brought me up on stage, and he called me Ilian, and I just didn't want to, like. He was like, "What's your name, Ilya?" I was like, "Ilian." I was like,
Where did you see a
Ilya.
magic show?
In Sleepy Hollow, actually.
Really?
We went to sleep. It's like Tarrytown, upstate New York.
Aw.
Oh,
Sleepy Hollow, Headless Horseman. Not familiar?
I mean, I'm familiar.
Okay, yeah. It's very close. It's just outside the city. It's not bad. But it was like a magic show within like this complex that they.
Do you feel like you're in your era where you're like, I gotta get the fun things out of the way because it's gonna be several years?
You think this is me sowing my wild oats? It's
Going to a magic
go to
show?
a witch themed magic show.
Were there any black people that were scared? Be honest.
Not scared, but there were. There's a part. There's like
Loud. He means loud.
I know. There's a part where before the magic show there was like a separate thing. Like it's advertised as like a murder mystery thing, and you could walk around these different like old barns and houses, and they're actors who perform for you. And in our group there's like a group of 4 black people, like 3 women, 1 guy, like maybe they're 30s or something.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point we went into one house to talk to this character, and it turned out the lady acting her out was black, and they got so hyped about it.
Oh, nice
Representation.
And they just
representation.
So
Yeah.
we did not
Finally,
think
a
there was gonna be a
black
black
Ichabod
character.
Crane.
Yeah.
You know what's very funny to watch at a comedy show where there's
Me on
good-
stage? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, dude.
If only I get booked. What were you gonna say?
Wait, was your wife with you?
Yeah.
That'd be funny if she got scared into
This would be an
inducing
insane
labor.
story if I just went by myself to a magic show.
Or bringing your mistress to a magic show.
I'm the worst. I'm like the most boring cheater. I'm like a real lame with my sight.
But actually, that's a good lawyer's trick because you're a former lawyer. If you brought your mistress to the magic show, because you're just talking about, well, I just wanted to see if I could make the magic happen. Just joking around. So, what were we talking about?
You're a former lawyer? You're not a lawyer anymore?
He's not a lawyer anymore.
No.
What do you do
No,
now?
I
He does the podcast.
I just
full-time.
don't. I have to maintain the appearance that I am a full-time professional comedian podcaster.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think I have a day job and that I'm not successful.
I see.
So it's very important that people.
I didn't have a day job for a year, and then I ran out of almost all money, and now I'm a telemarketer. Isn't that cool?
Nice.
I was a telemarketer once. I was actually a telemarketer for the company that is in the documentary Telemarketers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that? Oh, I love that. That was the HBO one.
Yeah,
right?
I scammed people. I
That
was
was
in that office.
that
I know
was so-
several people from
No,
that
shit,
documentary.
really. That was a great. What's the guy's name? Petey Paul, like the.
Right. I don't
don't
remember,
know.
and I don't know that guy.
That guy
but
was the
my
best.
floor manager was definitely in that,
Okay.
and then a few other people I remember from there. But it was mostly ex-cons.
Yeah.
working
That was
there.
I should watch that again. That was
Can you
great.
talk about what you sold?
It wasn't selling. You would call and you would say you're from like the Police Benevolence
yeah.
Association, Fraternal Order of Police, it was like old school computers with like a screen that tells you what to read.
Okay.
And you would basically ruin people's evenings, interrupt them during dinner, and have them get mad at you. It was, I mean, I learned from the documentary that it was worse than I'd imagined. Like, I thought we were scamming people in the sense of like, oh, well, we're keeping the majority of the money and a small amount is going to like the Police Benevolence Association or whatever. But it was like apparently a whole thing.
Was this in
like,
Jersey or this in New York?
This is in New Brunswick, New
Nice.
Jersey, in the
Oh,
So it was an
original
actual
office.
scam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to a greater degree, I think, than because they've been sued. Did you watch the documentary?
No, I don't know.
It's worth a watch. It's a good.
It's really good.
Well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a real flashback. I'd forgotten. I didn't go to banks for the longest time when I'd gotten paychecks at various places. I went to check cashing places because that was like one of my first jobs where I'd gotten checks on the regular, and everybody who worked there went to check cashing places rather than banks.
Huh. Damn. Yeah, anytime I've sold anything, I've been like, this is kind of a scam. Not a scam legally, but a scam in practice. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean,
'Cause
there's obviously legitimate sales of things that people want.
Yeah, I don't know.
This wasn't sales. This was soliciting for donations
Uh-huh.
that are fraudulent.
And so but when you worked there, you're like, this is kind of bullshit. And then after you watch the documentary, you're like, oh, it was all bullshit.
It was bullshit to a greater degree. But like when I worked there, I didn't like think of it in any sort of moral lens. I was like 17 years old and it paid like twice the minimum wage. I worked at like a bagel shop making like well under $10 an hour. And this was like 16 an hour or something at the time.
And you're not personally liable. Like that company's probably an LLC. You could do it as long as you don't murder somebody.
I didn't think about any. It was like a big office with a bunch of people in it. And
Yeah.
like I didn't think twice about any of that.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think of like the times I've done good things for money and the times I've done shady things for money. And the relationship is like the good things for money is like poverty wages. And the bad things are like, oh boy, do I have so much money. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy?
What's
What
another
did
bad
you
thing?
do
What are bad
for
things?
a lot of money?
Just things that aren't like scam in it's not like you could go to jail for it's not a scam in that way, but it's like, all right, you gave answers in such a way that someone bought a thing that
I think you're speaking really specifically about sales.
yeah, oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Because
mean
I've not like worked in sales aside from this.
sales has been the only job where I like made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Anything else, it's like poverty wages. And that's a skill issue. Like I have a perfectly average IQ, you know, don't have a extremely pleasant face.
But
you know?
sales takes a skill, obviously. There's
Yeah.
or maybe not even a skill, but like an innate talent. There's something to it. Some people obviously sell better than others.
I'm not denigrating my own skills.
Yeah.
I'm saying, unfortunately, the thing that I'm good at, if you want to make a lot of money, you got to be a little bit of a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I think that's true of comedy too.
Yeah.
I think it's anything where you really need to be successful.
Uh-huh.
I think success requires being a dirtbag.
I don't think that's
No, I'm
necessarily
kidding.
true.
But, no, I don't believe it entirely. But it's just more. I just like coping to myself.
It's more likely in some fields than others, and there's definitely like dirtbag adjacent qualities, let's say, where like dirtbags have those qualities also, but you don't have to be a dirtbag.
You don't have to,
those
but
qualities.
you can just be a dirtbag and accomplish a lot, even if you don't have any other requisite skills.
Yeah,
you
but
can go
could
pretty
also,
far.
But you could also be a dirtbag and just be a fucking dirtbag.
You got to
There's
have
plenty
a
of
good
dirtbags
face.
on the streets.
You got to have a good face.
For what?
Just for anything, just to be handsome.
A good face is helpful.
Yeah. Do you guys ever like wonder what your life would be like if you were handsome? No offense.
I think about it constantly. That's all I think about.
Yeah. It is, you know.
I think it might be worse in many ways. I think there is a privilege and also a handicap
Okay.
when it comes to being attractive, for
Okay.
sure. Especially in comedy. I've known dude, there was a guy that I worked with actually at the startup. He's dead now. Died in a car accident a couple years ago. He was I don't want to say too much because it's probably not nice. Basically, he's one of the dumbest people I've ever met. Really attractive guy, like tall, like he looked like a hotter Johnny Depp, like
Okay.
kind of built,
Yeah.
you know? And he would say things sometimes and like
These breaks feel weird.
but women loved him, obviously. Very attractive guy. And there were things like, I remember one time I just have this memory of like, I don't remember what he said, but I remember like I was at the water fountain at work and he like made a joke or said something to me. And I like paused for a second and I was like, just trying to like interpret what the fuck he was even talking about. And then a second later, he's just like, yeah, I don't know what that meant. and it's just like I could tell the majority of the time that moment never comes and people just laugh and nod. And you could tell some people developed their personality with like a broken feedback loop.
Yeah.
You know, because people just don't react the way they do for a regular looking person, let alone an ugly person. Ugly people got to earn the laughs, you know?
Yeah, stop teasing us with the belt. Either take it off.
Are you going to spank us or not?
You know what I found out about this belt recently is that it's reversible. Do you want to? You want to see?
Oh, look at that.
I mean, yeah, it looks very clearly like it would be.
His pants just fall.
That'd be so funny. Also, it'd be funny if it was not reversible. But he's so defiant, he struggles. He forces a hole to be punctured.
It says like dumb bitch on the side of the belt.
It's like, do not, like, whatever you do, don't try to use this part on the outside.
What color are your shoes?
My shoes.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing shoes.
Oh, you're not wearing shoes. Well, what color were the shoes that you were wearing?
Well, if you weren't a slovenly piece
You
of
don't
shit,
have
what
to-
kind of shoes would you wear on the
You
just
didn't
walk
even
off
bring them
camera.
here?
Perfect.
They're black. Okay, so you were wearing it on the right side. Your
Oh, you're
belt and your
supposed to
shoes.
match
I think
your
your
shoes?
shoes and your belt. I mean, for like formal wear. I
Yeah.
don't know. Casually, you could probably get away with it. No, I don't like this. Put it back.
Daylight.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Are your shirt and pants reversible?
It just doesn't know what reversible means. It's just inside out.
Connor was very clear. I can't take my pants off in the studio anymore.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
That explains the stains on this
Yeah,
couch.
yeah.
My little belly, dude.
Is
What-
this released in audio form alone, or is it?
No, they're
No.
getting a taste.
Okay,
Yeah.
but do you release it on like Spotify and as audio only, right?
Video too.
On Spotify?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The video plays on Spotify.
Yes.
What about Apple Podcasts?
Apple Podcasts, I believe that's
No
only
video,
audio.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Spotify.
What are our
plays
numbers on those other platforms?
You know,
What are your numbers like in general?
the numbers are like pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube is the best one. I think.
Are you
'cause
on Rumble?
I'm not on Rumble. No, even though I'm a free speech advocate, except for that one time where I participated in cancel culture by mistake. But I don't know. I guess if I got kicked off of YouTube, I would be on Rumble, I suppose. I think people on Rumble would hate me because I make like edgy jokes, but I am like a Democrat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think Rumble
Is Rumble a
isn't that
Republican
the
thing?
dirtbag left? Isn't that the whole thing? The whole come town thing?
I think my perception of Rumble and that kind of landscape is it's the right. It's like Trump.
no, no, no.
Rumble's
I'm
a little
saying,
Truth Social
I'm saying your
adjacent, yeah.
thing. Your thing.
Well,
would
I'm
be
not dirtbag left either. I'm like centrist. I'm dirtbag centrist.
Dirtbag. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's us, dude.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I'll wear that moniker.
Mhm.
Dirtbag centrist.
Yeah.
He's like, take off pants, check.
Okay, Boris. Tell me something I don't know.
It's just
Okay. Here's one.
It's just a mood killer.
Here's one.
It's not setting up. They don't set up for the riffs.
Yeah,
Like,
but I have
do you
fun
have a thing?
facts.
Okay,
I got a
sorry,
fun
go
fact.
ahead.
Here. Did you know that the term bistro, like French bistro,
Okay.
actually comes from Russian? Are you fluent? Do you speak
No,
Russian?
I don't speak Russian, no.
Oh,
My parents didn't teach me.
what a fraud. In Russian, bistro means quickly. And when Russian troops were in France at one point, they would go in for food and they would say, bistro, bistro. And then they developed these bistros that they would serve food quickly in response to that.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I mean, it's based on imperialism, but it is a good bit.
Yeah, so is everything else.
Yeah, that's true. That is a very Russian and or Eastern European thing where people in customer service are like, come on right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel weird in general where, and it's different types of people, but
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay, good.
No, yeah, that was something
Just
I didn't
making
know.
sure I don't have to follow up with something
Yeah.
else.
Well, Elia has to tell me something I don't know, but not quite now because I do want to kind of think
Explore.
about this out loud.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a customer service situation where like because this happened to me recently. I was getting halal food, right? And there was a guy, and I don't know if he was like Indian or Middle Eastern or whatever, but he goes up to the guy and goes, "Can I get chicken over rice?" Blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, "Okay." And he's making it like regular. And the guy goes, "Quickly, I'm double parked. Quickly. And I was like, I wanted to like punch him until he was dead.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it's a crazy
Guys
way
are
to
crazy.
behave.
How did the guy making the food react?
Well, by the way, I should say that, it's halal food. This guy's also Middle Eastern, and he did not change what he was doing at all,
Yeah.
which I loved. I was like, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, because also, like, what is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, just start rushing, like, scooping
Yeah.
shit and making a mess? you
I
know?
do. So my thing is, I think whatever culture he's from, there's more of a stratified class structure. And he's like, now I get to be
This guy's
mean.
beneath me because
Yeah.
he's serving on me.
I would never feel that way. Well, I do feel that way, but I would never express it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? I don't actually feel that way. But right to be like, come on.
Yeah, no, that's like you're already doing the wrong thing by double parking.
Yeah.
And now being a rude customer.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I hate rudeness.
Well,
do.
it's also like if you're double parked, like, put on your hazards and who gives a shit?
Yeah.
There's no reason to rush.
Crazy to me.
Yeah.
Tell me something I don't know.
I believe Bolivia has the greatest variety of potatoes of any country. I think that's true, Connor. Maybe you can check that out for me.
Ooh, is that a Snapple fact? Be honest.
Bolivia.
No, I had an ex-girlfriend who spent time in Bolivia, and that's the thing she told me.
Nice.
Hmm.
Hell yeah. I love Bolivia. As a Eastern European country I know nothing about. Now,
What?
Bolivia?
Bolivia?
Oh,
not
you know
Eastern
what? I was
God,
thinking of
you were so-
Bulgaria.
You were we already put out a clip the other day of you thinking Roger Ebert was two people.
That
You can't
fact
keep doing
is,
this. This is
correct.
bananas.
The worst
You
part
can't
is
keep doing this.
Gene Siskel is from Bolivia.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why
Why did I think
not to my
Bulgaria and
knowledge.
Bolivia? Is it really a
Very
similar?
different.
They have the same.
They end with the vowel the same and they start with the same letter.
That is confusing. We should change that. I think that should be changed.
Well, what was
Bulgaria was a big trading port.
And Bolivia
the
was named
Soviet
after
Union.
Simon Bolivar, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It was named after a person. Connor, did you?
Yeah, that fact's accurate.
It is accurate. All
it
right.
is.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Bulgaria is where my dad would go to get denim jeans before the collapse of the Soviet Union. That was like the spot where you could buy them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that we ever lived in a time where the de facto thing to wear was not blue jeans. My whole life, it's like you put on a pair of jeans unless you're going to like a wedding.
I'm kind of over jeans a
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh
They're a little
yeah.
more
As I'm
stiff.
talking, you
Neither of us are jeans folk.
Yeah.
are these Dockers?
I have no idea what these are.
I mean, they're khakis.
I know they're
Khakis.
khakis. I'm familiar with the general color, but I don't know
Crazy.
anything else about them.
Yeah.
So Boris,
The problem is because we have to be quiet for you to read the thing, and then you ask the question,
were
and then
faster
there's more
about it.
quiet after the thing.
Why don't you read while
So
we're
it's like
finishing
doubling down
the
on the
previous
awkward
thing?
quiet thing. Yeah.
Boris.
Yes.
Okay. Now I hope this isn't too personal, but
Mm-hmm.
do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?
Who's that song by?
It's just a question.
Is that from American Beauty? The plastic bag thing?
No. It's the Do You Ever Feel?
If you want to sing my questions, I guess.
Yeah. For some reason, I
don't know
do.
what
It's almost.
Is that a song? I don't know what
It
song.
is a song, but I can't quite put my finger on what song it is.
Do you ever feel like a
And
plastic
he
bag?
won't admit it. So
I feel
we'll
like
never
putting
know.
a plastic bag over your head and sealing it,
Joke's on you. I would like that. Okay.
and then watching you
Those
laugh
are
until
not
you
good
suffocate.
lyrics, by the way.
No.
I wonder what came first, that song or that scene,
scene
with
from
the
American-
plastic bag.
Yeah.
And this is for both of you. Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in?
I'm gonna assume this is also a song, but this one I don't know
It's
at all.
probably it'd be so funny if it was not. If he's earnestly showing off his poetry. What do you guys think of this? Is that something? Could you think people would publish this?
It's something I wrote based on the series House of Cards.
Yeah. Starring Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to have another Christmas address this year?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask, do you think he's in his?
I think you should do like one for every night of Hanukkah. I think
Those honestly, that kind of ruled.
Uh-huh.
he should change it up because he was he's basically doing his character from House of Cards.
Yeah.
He should just do the other characters he's known for.
Yeah.
He should do Kaiser Soze. Sorry if you didn't see the movie.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah.
you don't say anything else about it, and you're not really spoiling anything, are you?
I've been thinking about watching movies.
Oh, I guess you sort of are.
Oh yeah, you told us last week. You told me you think about watching movies, and like with Chris Fago was here, and then you just didn't follow up on that as a thought or as an idea.
Boris, here's the thing: is like I'm entering. I don't know. I'm 35, which is like late early 30s, right?
I believe definitionally mid-30s.
Whatever. So I've been trying to like not watch Sopranos over and over again.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, okay, I'm going to watch a movie, right?
Mhm.
Oh, but I did my GF. She made me watch Carrie the other day and it was very good.
Carrie?
They're all going to laugh at you.
Right.
love
Yeah.
it.
She just was like, see, some people who are made fun of for being ginger and pale, they make the best of it.
They go on to great things.
Can I say I love Stephen King? I particularly like The Shining, right? So I never read the book, but I watched the movie and I heard who's the director for The Shining? Kubrick, right? He made
It's two people, Ku and Brick.
Yeah. I'll believe it, dude.
I actually just read The Shining for the first. I've never read any Stephen King book. I just read The Shining recently for the first
now,
time.
did you like it?
Yeah.
Because I read that there was this tension between the.
Stephen King hated Kubrick's version of the story because I guess the stuff that's changed is like I think more complex kind of character stuff about like whether or not the character Jack Torrance was inherently evil or if like the house made him evil. So I that's what I heard people who were analyzing and say that's what the difference was. Like,
Didn't he just do like a public apology, something with the Charlie
Yeah, I think
Kirk
so.
stuff?
Oh, Stephen King?
Yeah, he like shared either like a fake quote or something, and like, but like was kind of big about it and like posted a retraction and an apology or something.
See, people, you don't have to post. Like you said, 95%
You
of
could
people
just not post.
could have just not post. Well, I think a certain type of person, it's almost like I almost said it's almost an OCD thing. Elia actually has OCD, so correct me. It might be something different. But like where you're like, people need to know that I'm correct.
yeah.
They're like they can't just be like, I don't care if people think I'm right or wrong about a certain thing. I could, but to be fair, and I think it's mostly the left that does this. If they, like in the summer 2020, people are like, white silence is violence. And I'm like, I am simply going to work. I'm not being violent. Stop.
They
There's
start
a-
chanting loudly.
There's a great book about that called The Power of the Powerless by Václav Havel, the former president of Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. Václav Havel. The one time I know how to say something.
That was not even close, but
Václav Havel. Václav Havel.
but it's about like compulsory speech and the idea of like being, kind of like it being implied that if you don't share a particular sentiment that you're like guilty of something. But it was like the example was like a Workers of the World Unite sign that was being forced upon a shopkeeper in a window.
Yeah.
And it extends philosophically and politically from that. Anyway, good book. I recommend it.
I'm going to read it, dude. I think he would be
Short, very small book.
Yeah. I lived in Prague for a little while.
Beautiful city.
I love it, dude.
Did you go to that cave restaurant? There's like a steakhouse that's like in a cave.
I must have. The thing is, and the reason I responded that way is
Yeah.
because I was doing alcoholism still. It's actually a terrible country to live in if
Very
you're
cheap
doing
beer.
alcohol.
Very,
yeah.
very cheap beer.
So
and
they
you can drink
said,
down the street everywhere.
yeah.
Just-
I gave $100 to a homeless man.
Yeah.
That's how drunk I was.
And that was with the exchange rate. That's
Yeah.
Nice
but it was the best
payday.
blowjob you ever got. So.
yeah.
Boris, you want to plug anything? I think we got to wrap this up for the first hour.
oh geez. Yeah. What do I plug? Let's see here. Well, my social at the Boris K on all the stuff. People can find it there. When does this come out?
It's going to come out in approximately 3 weeks.
Oh,
Tell people what they could have seen had they heard this episode earlier.
you gotta see me on the Northeast Pennsylvania Comedy Festival this past weekend. They could see me on October 16th at the Stonewall Inn.
Oh, nice.
How about that?
Are you gay now?
I am loved.
He
by the
will be on
gays.
October
I
16th.
represent. That's right.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, they could just check my socials for whatever things like that. Wait, hold on. We were talking about a thing and then we got sidetracked though. What were you right before the Prague thing? What were we? were we saying? There was something.
Oh,
we were getting to something.
Oh, because I brought up everyone feels the need to have to say something, and especially in 2020.
Right. I kind of disagree though, in that I think it's two things. One, I feel like the people that I know personally that like post a lot, they're kind of just lonely. Like they're sharing the kind of thoughts that they should be sharing, like on a group chat or like in a conversation with somebody. Mm-hmm. And I think some of them just don't. They either don't have those people to share those things with, or they actually can't take the possibility that they might be wrong or don't want to think about that. And so they'd rather post somewhere where like, no matter what your point of view is, you'll find 1,000 people online that are going to agree with you. And so you just listen to those people and then you ignore the rest or slowly filter them out of your feeds and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I don't know if necessarily that they're confident or like need people to know that they think they're right. I think it's like a fear that they're wrong almost that they can't face.
All right. I think on that note, we'll end the first podcast and then we shall bring, what is the face you're doing? This is not part of it. We're ending now.